Hi everyone, today I want to show you how to make a juicy pork tenderloin, pan-seared, wrapped in bacon, stuffed with broccoli, placed in oven. Here I'm slicing off some of the excess fat. Because we're going to wrap it in bacon, you don't need fat on fat basically. So I'm trimming a little bit of it off, then I'm going to season it. Here you see I'm cutting the slit inside of the pork tenderloin and making sure that I don't open a hole at the other end. You want to cut it just right so that you can create a nice large pocket that you can stuff with broccoli and butter and seasoning. Here I'm coating the outside with seasoning before I cook it. You want to make sure to pack it in. It's going to lose about a third of the seasoning, but the flavor will be there. Making sure to do it from both sides as well as the corners. I'm using a little bit of a herb and garlic mix. It's all in your own preference. If you wanted to, you can do a little bit of light brown sugar to the mix. Whatever flavors you think will be good on pork tenderloin. In a frying pan with a little bit of oil, we begin heating up some butter for flavor. Once it's up to a nice high temp, you want to place in your pork tenderloin away from self so it doesn't splash. We're not looking to fully cook the pork tenderloin right now. What we really are doing is giving it a beautiful brown crust. It is searing the flavor and make sure that none of it escapes. And you want to make sure to turn it. You want to get the front, the back, its edges, its bottom, every inch of it should be seared. It'll keep the flavor in, it'll keep it moist. Trust me, it's worth it. And you can see here I'm trying to get the edges of the pork tenderloin, making sure it's brown as well. Because the next step is stuffing, which you'll see in a moment. Also too, that oil and butter, do not throw it away. It has a very useful purpose that you'll see in the video in a little while. And here to the stuffing. For this I use 3 sections of garlic, a little high. Broccoli that I've already begun steaming down, and you want to mince them down as much as possible. Once you've minced them down, you gotta begin mincing down your garlic and your broccoli into small bite-sized pieces. Once you're comfortable with the size you have, give it a little bit of seasoning, and I forgot to place this on the video, but take some butter, slice off small sections. How you want to stuff it, a little bit of butter, then your broccoli garlic, which has seasoning. And the butter is there to melt down. It'll meld with the seasoning. It'll ooze its way out. It's going to happen. But it's going to flavor the inside of the pork tenderloin, and everything is going to come together. And here you're going to see a long, dramatic section of me trying to stuff the pork tenderloin in a very small hole, because you want it really tight. You don't want it being like easy breezy, because if it does, it's all going to come back out. And I just realized the look of what I was just doing there. If you got it nice and tight, it won't come out, so it'll make it a lot more impactful. And here you see I'm wrapping the bacon. I use skewers. Start wrapping the bacon and use the skewer to hold it in place. Once you're ready to wrap it in another section, you pull the skewer out, you skewer the next piece of bacon, and to continue wrapping so it doesn't come free, because you want the bacon nice and tightly wrapped around the pork tenderloin. And here I just realized it kind of looks like a snail, so I made a stupid snail joke. Take it from whatever you want from it. I don't know what to say. All right, so the pork tenderloin is in the oven now, and I'm going to show you how to make a nice reduction sauce. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Here I choose Lea and Perrins because it has a slightly sweet flavor to it. I quite enjoy it. Apple cider vinegar. It's going to add a level of tartness to the pork tenderloin. And then I finalize it off with a little bit of sugar to give it sweetness. You remember that wonderful frying pan I told you not to pour out, to keep? There's a very good reason for it in a few seconds. Turn the frying pan back on, get it to a nice high heat, let it start cooking again. Because in there it's called fond, and the fond is flavor. It's the seasoning, it's the pork, it's there. You'll see what I mean in a moment. And there I'm doing a taste test. It's got sweetness, tartness. There's the garlic and everything, and I'm just going to make a reduction out of it. Get it nice and boiling, and what you want to do is either a spoon or a spatula, whatever you prefer. Start stirring, start scraping the bottom of the pan, start releasing what got seared into the pan. Here I'm doing a simple probe temperature check on the pork tenderloin, and like I was telling you before, a little bit of the butter came out, and it's to be expected. But as much as it's pushing out, it's pushing its way through the meat. And for a pork tenderloin, you want it around 145, 150. Here it was only in the 120 mark, so I put it back in. Didn't want to take you out through the drama of just standing around waiting for the pork tenderloin to finish, because now here we are at the finished stages. I'm cutting off a little section. Oh, and by the way, if you wonder how it tastes, you got the salty bacon, the skin is seared with seasoning, the broccoli and garlic and butter is through the middle, and it's impactful flavors. Then I take a little bit of the reduction I made, just drizzle some on it. It's potent, it's flavorful. And that's pretty much it. Here you get to see me eat like a fat kid on Christmas. I'm not gonna lie, even the day after, it was still incredibly moist. Because the broccoli and the butter and everything, the pork had no way to really release all its flavor and juices. Get it up to the proper temperature, kill off any bacteria. Enjoy. I hope you try this at home. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you think I did something wrong, let me know. If you think you wanted to eat some of this, let me know. But more than anything else, don't do fast food. Do some real food at home. Cook a little. Enjoy a little. Do something that you can share with your kids, and your kids can share with their kids. Because to be honest with you, fast food is not the way to be. If you like this, subscribe. If you like this, keep coming back for more videos. I'm trying to do 1 to 2 per week.